I'm not going to the hospital in my town. I said I'll have this baby in the car first. So let's just hope I make it to the hospital.
We're not trying to have no babies in Killer County.
Stop it.
Killer County.
Do not elaborate. You better not name drop.
What's up, TBC Fam? This your boy DB Clips.
And I'm Bobby B.
And you guys are tuned in with the Boykins Chronicles.
The channel that's headed to the top.
Because we can't be stopped.
So today we are doing a pregnancy Q&A for you guys. We kind of went a long time in the pregnancy not talking about it on the channel. So kind of bring you guys up to speed to what has been going on.
We asked some of you guys to basically send us some questions on the pregnancy and pretty much how we've been managing pregnancy throughout this third time. So we got some questions here that we're going to be answering. Some of the questions are for Bobby. Some of the questions are for both of us to answer. Some of the questions are for me to answer. We're actually going to do that now. So if you guys have not subscribed to the channel, be sure to do so because we're creating great content. We want you guys to be a part of our journey. Make sure you hit the notification bell so that you guys can be notified when we drop a new video. We're gonna get right into this video. All right, so first question is for Bobby.
All right, what cravings do you have being pregnant? That's kind of hard for me to answer because I already eat like a 5-year-old, so I'm already pretty picky. But I know. I have been eating a lot of Chinese and Japanese food.
That's facts. That's facts.
No, and like I haven't been to a Chinese buffet in years until this, maybe once before this pregnancy, and I've been taking myself by myself at least 1 to 2 times a week to a Chinese buffet.
It's funny because the fact that we've, already had 2 kids prior to the one that we're about to have, when you start talking about pregnancy cravings, they've changed. Like it's weird to me how they change from each child. The first 2 pregnancies, Chinese food was not even in the equation though.
Kalea, my pregnancies with Kalea was Long John Silver's chicken strips.
Yeah.
And
she used to try to get me to get up and go to Long John Silver's just to get some
biscuits.
chicken.
But the thing about Long John Silver's was there was no Long John Silver's in Charlotte, so the closest one was like 50 minutes.
She wanted me to drive to Statesville, North Carolina.
I made the drive one time by myself. And I didn't tell Da Vinci till like a week or 2 later because I knew he was gonna judge me, and he did. And my cravings with Kaya, I don't remember. I feel like
pizza. No, not pizza.
No, I always love pizza at the baseline.
I don't know. I can't remember.
I can't even remember. It was something salty. I usually crave like salty stuff.
But yeah, that's that as far as the cravings. The cravings situation is crazy.
And it's nothing weird. I mean, see, like the first time we got pregnant was like, you're gonna start craving weird stuff you don't even eat. I was like, no, I'm not.
I thought she would.
So picky. Yeah, that's just not happening. Next question is for both of us.
Yeah, so I'll read this one. What is pregnancy like having 2 small kids already? So it's tough. It's tough. The fact of pretty much going through, especially the first trimester with Bobby. Normally, that's when the nausea and everything kicks in. She's irritable, all the different type of things. And so pretty much she don't really want to be bothered by nobody. So that's a time during the pregnancy, the first trimester, where I pretty much have to kind of step up, as the husband and kind of put a lot of my feelings, a lot of my wants on the back burner and actually, take care of the kids and step in and do what I need to do for them. So, but yeah, I mean, it definitely is tough. I don't know, but you have to be selfless. You have to be a selfless dad initially to be able to do that. That's what I do.
It's you acting like I abandoned these kids for me, because that is a lie.
No, I'm not saying that, but but that's how it feels. That's how it feels.
And it's a lie. Reality, I did not just shut the door and leave them kids. Them kids don't leave me alone. So he did do his best to do more, but at the end of the day, they still wanted me. And my biggest issues in the first trimester was nausea and fatigue, and I was still working full-time night shift. And our youngest, who was 2, was still breastfeeding. So a lot of the times I would just throw her in the bed with me, breastfeed her and take a nap, and let the older one watch TV beside us. I mean, I feel like it kind of feels like a blur now. I definitely am not fond of Da Vinci in the first trimester. Like, not even a little bit. It's not nice. I hate to say it out loud. But I obviously, as a mom, you have to keep doing what you have to do for your kids. So that's like, we were getting them up and still taking them to preschool. I was still going to work night shift for 12 hours with an 1.5-hour commute one way. So like, I still kept doing all the things. But I was really questioning, like, Lord, am I going to be able to keep doing all the things? Because I was so tired to where I could sleep all night, get up and go back to sleep if I could, but I was working way too much to do that. But having the 2 small kids is definitely different different than when you're able to be pregnant with no kids. Like my pregnancy with Kalea, I did whatever the heck I wanted to do. I napped all the time. And then I even seen when I was pregnant with Kaya and having Kalea how much harder that was. So you just kind of keep going and doing what you have to do and having hope that it's going to get better in the second trimester, which it has for me every time gotten better after 15 weeks. So
yeah, it's a challenge for sure. It's definitely a challenge.
Okay.
All right, third question. So do you plan on working full time up until you have this last baby?
yeah, I mean, until it comes crying, I plan to go to work just like I did with the other two. Like I literally worked.
She a soldier.
When we had Kalea, I knew I was being induced, so I worked up until like the day before I had to go in. Like I had to be induced that next night, and I worked a day shift till like 7 p.m. or something. And then with Kaya, I was working, and I was supposed to get ready to work like 3-day stretch for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and she just happened to make my water break that Thursday, so I ended up being off that weekend. But I was prepared to go ahead and work. And so with this one, I'm just hoping that obviously we're a little more relaxed, that we're not induced, and that we're not so rushed to, like, I know you need to get to the hospital pretty quickly, but also there's like laboring at home and not going too early. So I'm just hoping that we have time to get there, because we have an hour commute now to where we want to deliver. And I'm not going to the hospital in my town. I said I'll have this baby in the car first, so let's just hope I make it to the hospital where I need to be. From here to where we deliver, in between I want to stop at. That's just personal.
We're not trying to have no babies in Killer County.
Stop it.
Killer County.
Do not elaborate. You better not name drop.
Nah, we can't do Killer County. We love the county, but nah, Killer County, nah.
Stop calling it that. Nah. Okay. Oh, this question is for me.
Another question for her. How is your sex drive during pregnancy?
In the first trimester, it is non-existent.
Terrible. You hear me? Terrible. I felt so abandoned. Terrible.
I was trying to survive,
man,
sir.
Terrible. Like all right, quick side note real quick. Let me tell this story real quick.
Better not.
First trimester, right? I decided to be nice. Valentine's Day, came up, and I was like, man, I want to do something nice for Bobby. And so lo and behold, I was like, yo, we gonna go to New York for Valentine's Day. Took her to New York, all right, you know what I'm saying? Nice hotel room. We going to the Brooklyn Chop House, some of the finest dining. I done dropped a little bag on her, you know what I'm saying?
Not a little bag.
You know what I'm saying? Just a little bag or whatever.
And let's not take away, you have been planning this for months. And
I had been planning that, and I didn't tell her it was gonna be a surprise. It was gonna be a surprise. So dropped a little bag or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Fine dining. We doing all the, what would I call it? Da Vinci is not a planner out loud. First but
you had a whole itinerary.
I had an itinerary.
That's what it was. I
had an itinerary of what we're gonna do. I planned everything out. This is something that's I don't typically do, all right? So I'm like, this is what she kind of likes. She likes structure, she likes this, she like that. All right, cool. So I'm gonna plan everything out. I want this to be special for her for Valentine's Day. You guys know that I did all of this.
In hopes of, you did all this expecting something?
I sure enough did. I did.
So you answered
I did all of this. You guys know that in the 2 days, 3 days we were there?
It was a quick trip. 3 days, 2 nights. Yeah, 3 days, 2 nights.
Do you know that I didn't get no type of loving?
You got a hug and a kiss. That is... That is love.
Now, mind you, no kids. We didn't have no kids. It's me and her. I'm doing all this. You know what I'm saying? We having a good time. We get back to the hotel room.
I was so tired. Da Vinci should have included some time for a nap. I think we got nap one time.
Come on, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? But this, going back to talking about the first trimester was rough. Like, it really was, because she just wasn't in tune. She wasn't in tune.
But y'all, let me tell you, that second trimester comes, a switch flips. That's all I can say.
Oh, popping, baby.
A flip switch is for me personally, and it's like my pregnancies have pretty much all been the same, and it's like clockwork. Like between, I think, say 18 or 20 weeks, I'd be like, Lord, I wish I could take this in a postpartum, but I will not elaborate any further. Things definitely changed for the better after that first trimester.
On my end, for sure.
Will you stop?
On my end, for sure. Yeah. Second trimester was dope. Third trimester
is about the same.
It's about the same.
I mean, I get a little more achy, I feel like, in the third trimester with round ligament pain, but sex drive still was pretty high.
Yeah, sex drive is A1. Second trimester, third trimester for sure. First trimester, terrible.
I guess love's the only thing, unconditional love, the only thing that keeps him here. But my thing is, how would you feel if I was like that the whole pregnancy?
I don't know what I'd do. I don't know what I'd do.
The next question is for DaVinci.
How do you deal with Bobby's fluctuating hormones during pregnancy?
I'm an angel, a darling angel.
How do I deal with it? I mean, pretty much like I say, the first trimester is the time where it's the worst because of nausea, because of just the fact that she's just been tired and all those different type of things. So I don't know. I think for me, I pour more attention into my girls for one. I just kind of give her a space whenever she needs it. If there's a time where the girls are with grandparents or anything like that, then I'll spend time with her if she's up to it. But if not, then I'll go and work out, or I'll go do more research for whatever it is that I'm into. I train kids. I cut hair. That's
pretty busy.
I'm pretty busy. Those things that I do are pretty much therapeutic for me, and just to kind of help me kind of keep my mind off of the lack of loving and the fluctuating.
It's so short-lived, but
the fluctuating hormones that this individual right here actually deals with during the first trimester.
I was gonna say, DaVinci is lucky. Like, I'm not someone who's dealt with nausea the whole pregnancy and vomiting. And
I don't know if I can deal with it.
Yeah, I'm gonna let him live in his first trimester terrible stage.
Please.
The next question is for both of us. Do you have any regrets about having kids? I don't have any regrets about having kids. I personally am someone who doesn't believe that there is a quote unquote right time to have kids. Yes, I think, obviously you want to be maybe somewhat more stable, maybe somewhat older, but I feel like once you reach a certain age, because we were 26 when we had Kalea, I don't feel like waiting would have made it any different, because like life is just ups and downs anyway, whether that's financial, moving. So I just feel like there's no destination to reach before you finally have children, but that's just my approach. Now, obviously, if you are 18 or 21, I get it. Like, work on a career or your education, whatever you want to do first. But at that point, we were both had our careers established. We were both working consistently. We had ready to buy our first house. So yes, you can have certain things you want to reach, but I just feel like everything's not going to be checked off. So I don't have any regrets having kids. I think they have maximized our life and given us new perspective. But that's just my take.
Yeah, I mean, so
I don't like the word regrets. So
no regrets for me. I love my kids dearly. Kind of to piggyback off of what she was saying, having our kids the time that we did have them, like we were both 26 when we had our kids. We were actually in a good place. We were in a really good place. I think the biggest thing with a lot of people, they kind of shun, having kids at I won't say such an early age, but normally people be like, all right, once you hit like 30, then you need to start thinking about having kids. But the thing about it is it really depends on your situation. Do you have help? You know what I mean? Do you have a village to help you raise a kid? If you have that village to help you raise kids, then having kids at 24, 25, 26 is not a big deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's very doable, very manageable. I think the biggest thing with a lot of millennials, and I'll say millennials because we're the ones that's kind of like, we want to wait to have kids, or we want to, we don't want to.
Definitely waiting.
Yeah, we don't want to have kids until I'm financially secure, or I done did all my traveling, or you know what I mean? Like, the problem with that is that most millennials, especially within our age range, I think millennials go from like what?
We're at the end. Like, we're almost
at the end. But most of the millennials' parents that's around our age, they still out here trying to live their best life. You know what I'm saying? Like, they probably just not getting ready to retire. All their kids are at the house. They want to do their own thing. So like the days of us, when we were younger, having grandparents where it's like we can go to grandma's house and stay for the summer, or we can go over grandma's house after school, whatever the case be, it's dead. It's nowhere to be found anymore. So I think the biggest thing that I would say, and mind you, let me say this, because initially before we had Kalea, Bobby was actually she wanted to wait until we were 30 to have our first kid, and I was like, that's too late. I wanted to still be at a decent age for one, to be able to get out and run around my kids and do things I want to do. And on top of that, I wanted my kids to be able to spend time and have time with their grandparents, so I didn't want to wait that long. You know what I mean? A lot of people wait longer, but that's just, to me, I feel like it's doing a disservice to your kids, because grandparents are a vital piece of a child's life, growing up. And so I don't have any regrets at all. Yes, maybe we could have been a little more financially stable before we had kids. Maybe we could have had our dream house built before we had kids. Maybe we could be, it's just, there's so many different variables that you have to consider. But at the same time, no timing is right. No regrets for me.
And to piggyback off of that, I wanted to wait until we were 30. And what changed that for me was being diagnosed with autoimmune disease. So I was like, I guess we won't be waiting. everything. So yeah. Next question is for me. Did you have a vaginal or C-section delivery with Kalea and Kaya? Kalea and Kaya were both vaginally, and obviously hoping that this baby is born vaginally as well. Very aware that I don't really have control over that 100%. I go into it with how I want it to go, but very fluid, and if something else has to happen, then that's just what has to happen. So, but it would be great to have another vaginal delivery because my physical bounce back is like almost like it's crazy fast.
The snapback?
Not the snapback, but fit.
That thing snapback.
Will you stop?
What?
No, I'm talking about the way I feel like getting up and moving around. Like I'm usually not sore or anything like that.
Because it's snapback.
Don't
That's
tear.
the whole point.
Yes.
Am I right or am I right?
Let's see what I gotta do.
Because it's snapback. All right, so being a nurse, what's your opinion on having a natural birth versus getting an epidural?
So by natural you mean like no?
No epidural.
No epidural,
yeah, no epidural.
or no pain medication at all?
No pain medication.
Okay.
Maybe what, Pitocin? They use Pitocin.
No. Pitocins to induce contractions for a natural labor pattern.
Yeah, so just natural birth or
so epidural or no epidural?
Go ahead. Epidural, no birth, sorry.
Okay, well I had Kalea with no epidural. I did, however, do IV Stadol a couple of times, like 1 or 2 times with Kalea. And then with Kaya, I did opt for the epidural. I had tried the IV pain medicine with her as well, but I was like in my head too much with the way she was picking up on the monitor because I had an anterior placenta, and I kind of just got weary, and I only had the epidural 2 hours, long story short, and she was here. But I feel like I could have made it without it, and so my goal is to try to have this last baby with no epidural. I want to say also no pain medication via IV, but I still want to leave that door open a little bit. But I'm really hoping to move even more through this labor than I did with Kalea, and I moved a lot with her because I didn't have the epidural. I would like to have this baby with no epidural. I had a great experience with my epidural, but again, I like to move, and when you get the epidural, you ain't moving as much. So
how do the girls react to Bobby being pregnant?
They are so sweet, y'all. They are the sweetest little things ever. They like to rub my belly, talk to my belly. Kalea say, "Mommy, what's the baby doing?" And then she'll say, "Mommy, the baby coming out?" I'm like, "Girl, no, we still gotta work."
Baby ain't coming out.
Kaya tried to rock my belly one day, and the baby, because the baby's in there. They are very sweet, very interactive. They've been excited about the baby since we found out about the baby. Like, they've not been jealous at all. So we'll see if that changes when the baby is here. But I don't think it will. I don't think it will.
No. It's crazy because Kalea has already been saying like she's gonna do all this different kind of stuff for the baby. She's gonna change the baby diaper.
That's my mama's fault.
You know, she gonna do this, she gonna do that, and I don't know. Kalea, she's such a big girl.
Yeah, she is.
It's crazy, but she definitely loves her unborn baby sister already. Like she definitely does.
I feel like they're gonna fight over who holds her first.
Yeah.
I'm worried about that.
I believe so.
No, they already did it, Mama. Kalea told Kaya, "I'm gonna hold her first, okay?" And I was like, Kaya is physically stronger than Kalea, so I'm like, we're gonna have to referee that situation.
Yeah, so they're sweet. They're sweet, you know, loving kids. So, and it's crazy because a lot of the nurturing that comes from Bobby it's more so rubbing off on them. Even with like their little baby dolls and stuff like that they have, like. It's crazy because I caught Kaya basically trying to emulate that she was breastfeeding her baby doll. Like, I'm like, really?
They both do that.
Like, I mean, she literally like rocking the baby, like, you know what I'm saying? Like she's breastfeeding, like, and I'm just like, yo, this is crazy. But these girls are like crazy smart, and like I said, they're loving and just nurturing. So yeah, I mean, I think they're gonna be really, really great big sisters. So
yeah, I'm excited for them to be a little tribe. It's gonna be cute while they're little. Y'all pray for me when they get older.
Tribe of 3.
Will there be a baby Boykins number 4?
That's it. No.
Oh
3 and
my
done.
Gosh.
3 and done. I've done my duty as a father, as a man, and procreated. I did what I was supposed to do. I'm gonna have 3 beautiful girls, Lord's willing. Yeah, no more kids. I'm actually making an appointment to get a consultation, or to do a consultation to get a vasectomy. Now, I think I put that out in another video, but yeah, I mean, I've always told Bobby that I've always wanted 3 kids, and Like, I've stuck with that.
He is not wavering.
No, I'm not wavering. I'm not wavering.
He has said this. We've been together 12 years. He said only 12 years ago.
Yeah.
And my max was 4. So you're going to make your appointment for the vasectomy.
Yeah, so the appointment for the vasectomy will be made this week to, like I said, do the consultation.
You can remember to call.
Yeah. Preferably, honestly, I would love to get this date. I guess maybe around the time that, or I guess
like a week after the
maybe
due
a week,
date.
yeah, a week after, 2 weeks after the due date. And I tell people all the time, people laugh at me when I say it, but I mean, if I do that and I go ahead and get the vasectomy done, she would have just dropped the baby and we can heal up together.
So I keep offering to Vincent before this vasectomy to freeze some sperm in case he changes his mind before I'm 35. And he just, you can just freeze it though, just to have the option.
Because with my luck, I would have another girl. I'm good. No. There would not be
more babies unless it's a miraculous and he passes the vasectomy and for some reason there's a live one swimming one day.
And like I said, I don't mean to be insensitive because I know there's a lot of people out there that can't have children. Like I said, don't want to be insensitive to that. But our situation, you know, we have had children. You guys know now as well that we've also had the same amount of miscarriages as we've had, you know, children as well. So, you know, even with going through all of that, I'm just kind of like, nah, let's just count our blessings.
It's a lot on the body too.
Yeah.
Like
enjoy the kids that we have. Be grateful for the kids that we have. I know I didn't get a little boy out of the deal, but I'm cool with being a girl dad. You know, that's what was meant for me. You know, that's what was in the cards for me. So I'm cool with that, man. I'm just gonna embrace it. I'm gonna embrace it and yeah, enjoy my 3 girls. So yeah, guys, that is the last question. I want to thank you guys for tuning in with us today and listening and watching this video all the way to the end. If you guys did, remember, if you guys are not subscribed to the channel, please feel free to do so. So if you guys like this video, comment and share, and remember to hit that notification bell so that you guys can be notified when we drop another banger. All right, thank you guys for watching us. DB Clips.
And I'm Bobby B.
And we out.
Motherfucker, I've been mortified, 45, feeling like a Mordecai. I ain't regular, feel like Jordan wearing 45. Traumatized, victimized, seen some of my die. Knock you off a base with a bat when them slide. Homicide, genocide, televised, emphasize, perpetuating war. Tell that nigga he gon' pick a side. Hood ties from hood lines, my nigga doing dope lines. I'm running to the cops, that's a big exercise.